points or contents. First topic is a construction project. Second is a phases of construction project. Third one is important of construction and construction industries. Fourth point is Indian construction industries need a construction management, and fifth is a stakeholder of construction management. So let's we start our new topic, a construction project. So project can be defined as a temporary endeavor undertaken to provide a unique product or a service. So in case of a construction project, a product is the constructed facility such as a building assembly of some infrastructure, etc., which are supposed to some predetermined performance objective, and the service mean the design, planning and execution and so on. And the construction projects require varying manpower, and their duration may be few weeks or more than 5 years. And the term unique, here one term is given, unique. Unique means that every project is different in the way of the other project. And the term temporary means the every project has a definite beginning and the end. And project involve a series of complex and integrated activities and achieve some specific objective. So the project can be completed successfully at an optimum cost with least time means minimum time, and using the various technical activities, and we complete the project. So it's called a construction project. Now here phases of the construction project is a second important topic, and in a G2 examination always this topic one question asked in a G2 examination. So depending upon the type of the project, the type of organization and other parameters, the phases of the construction project is divided into three categories. First is a pre-project phase, second is a project phase, and the third one is a post-project phase. So one by one we discuss on it. So first we start a pre-project phase. So name indicate pre-project means before starting of the project we done the work. It's a pre-project phase. So here pre-project phase consists of three sub phases. So first is idea or initiation phase, and second is the project concept phase, and third one is the feasibility phase. So one by one we discuss on it. So first we start with ideation or initiation phase. So the ideation or initiation phase aim to identify all the possibility of the project, and like example, like municipal authority may be facing a problem of growing up parking near a prominent city milestone. So the municipal authority has to examine different options to solve the parking problem. So the options shall be assigned assist the mission or task and vision of the municipal authority and the availability of fund. So it's the initiation phases. It's the idea, not actually implemented. It's the idea to solve the problem of the parking. Next, second phase is a project concept phase. So as many concepts are identified in an initial stage, some section procedure is used to several concepts are selected to meet with the objective of the organization. And the project concept phase, a new construction project, is very important as the decision taken in this phase has a significant importance on the final cost. And in this phase the greatest degree of uncertainty about the future is cleared, and then the selected project concept are used to input for the feasibility phase. Now third one is the feasibility phase. So feasibility phase divided into main four concepts. First is a conceptual, second is a project strategy, third one is a estimate, fourth is a approval. So we start with first is a conceptual. So for the selected project concept, the preliminary process diagram and the layout are prepared, and design basis and design brief are also formulated. And second is the project strategy. So the strategy in terms of selection of an in-house design team is carefully decided, and the resource required and their availability is discussed. Further, the number and the types of contractor required for execution of the project is also formulated. Third point is a estimate. So a preliminary estimate is to prepare with a reasonable accuracy by first breaking down the project into work elements or work part, etc. So the estimates may be prepared for each of the work package using the established historical database and the resource estimated for each of the work packages. Now fourth one point for the feasibility phase is a approval. So approval consists of a financial evaluation, identifying details of a funding and their timing, capital or revenue, etc., and basis evaluation of a different options. Now here second point is the project phases. So the project phase is also considered as a project implementation phase, project recognition phase, or a project materialization phase. So it can be broken into the total 5 phases. So first is a basic design phase, second is a detailed design phase, third one is a tendering phase, fourth one is a execution or a construction phase, and fifth one is a closure or a completion phase. So one by one we discuss on it. So first we start with a basic design phase. So in this phase, basic design phase, the activity are carried out by engineering organization or an architect, and during this phase the document are prepared for a tendering and contracting, the physical construction or for a procuring equipments, etc., and it consists of a basic design calculation, preparing tender drawing and preparing design and material specification, etc., done in a basic design phase. Second is a detailed design phase. So the detailed design may be done in-house through the contracting, and in some cases such as item rate contract, the detailed design may be required to be carried out before starting of the tendering process. And however, in some cases such as a design building contract or a lump sum contract, the tendering process can start immediately after the completion of the basic design and specification. Third one is a tendering phase. So the tendering are issue if it is decided to execute the project through the contracting, and the preparation of a clear and a precise document is essential to the eliminated any dispute about the scope of work and contract stage. And fourth one is the execution of the construction phase. So the construction phase start immediately after the contract is awarded. In case where the detailed drawing and the design were not available as a part of the tender document, so the contractor proceed with the preparation of detailed design and drawing and follow it up with construction. And in some cases preparation of a detailed design and construction may be processed simultaneously for a design and construction. Now fourth one is a closure or a completion phase. So in a closure or completion phase, in this phase the major equipment are tested and commissioned, and constructed facilities totally in handover to the client for a use. So the client issue approval of a work and completion certificate after all the works has been checked and founded in to be in order. Now third is a post project phase. So here in a post project phase, in this phase the responsibility of the materialization deliverable is transferred from the engineer and the architect and the general contractor to the owner. So here the post project phase can be discussed or divided into two parts. First is a utilization phase and second is a close down phase. So in a utilization phase, the client and end user make use the finish the project, and the performance of the constructed facility is mentioned at the regular interval, and maintenance at regular interval is performed. And second phase is a close down phase. So once the project has lived its intended life, it is dismantled and disposed of. So the entire cycle explained under the different phases is prepared. Now next topic is the importance of the construction industries. So the construction industry is an integral part of the infrastructure such as houses, offices, townships, school, hospital, urban infrastructure like water supply, sanitation, highway, ports, railway, airports, power station, irrigation, industrial infrastructure, and so on. So the importance of the construction can be measured from the fact that the construction of a certain infrastructure project may be high as a 60 to 80% of the project cost, and the construction is recognized as the basic input for the socio-economic development and in general sustainable employment, and it is employ not only engineer, manager and skilled worker but also unskilled male and female worker for a rural and urban area. So here the multiplying factor between the growth rate and construction growth rate, GDP has been range of the 1.5 to 1.6 in construction industries, and the construction products such as a building, road, power plant having a long life when compared to the product of the other industry. Like in general, the construction industries of a country depicts the health of the economy of the country, and it is imperative that the industry is properly nurtured and the growth of overall economy. Now in the next topic, need of the construction in management. So why construction management is required? So here total main 5 requirement why construction management or need of the construction management is required. So here 5 point is given. So this is most important question asked in a GTO examination. So first is a coordinate between the different agencies. So construction management is required. Second is a development of manpower and machinery. Third one is the economy in construction. Fourth one is the speed of the construction, and fifth one is quality control of a material and workmanship. So first we start with a coordination between the different agencies. So to make the construction management effective, it is required to coordinate between the various agencies engaged during the construction and the organization the input in an effective way to maximize the output at a minimum cost. So here main benefit is that so we input the minimum and we got the output maximum with a minimum cost. So second is the development of manpower and machinery. So the project management aim to coordinate and the organize sufficient efficient manpower and machinery. Also new tools of management such as a bar chart, critical path method means CPM, program evaluation review technique means PERT are used for the planning and mentoring the construction activities. So we develop or prepare a bar chart or CPM and PERT chart to planning and mentoring of the construction activity. Now third one is the economy in construction. So the construction management also work out the best alternative to get the best product or result at a minimum cost. And fifth one is the speed of the construction. So for the speed of the construction, the project management is needed as it gives the best alternative to complete the project in optimum time and cost using the least management technique. Now sixth one is a quality control of material and workmanship. So to quality control of the material and workmanship, the project management is required. So here quality control, quality check is compulsory required in a construction industries. So here in a construction management, quality control of the material and workmanship is done by the construction management. Now next is a stakeholder of the construction management. So here there are total 6 stakeholders is there. First is the architect, second is the owner, third one is the contractor, fourth one is the engineer or consultant, fifth one is a subcontractor or supplier or vendor, and sixth one is a lawyer or a insurer. So this topic we discuss in a next lecture.